comment, like, subscribe. If you're not subscribing, what are you doing?
Hey guys, welcome back to Fair Play Politics. My name is Junior, and it's truly a pleasure to have y'all back with me today. Thank you for joining me. So what I wanted to do today is just talk about the crazy activity that occurred in the stock market this week, dealing with the stocks GameStop, AMC, Naked Brands. It was crazy, but let's get to it. So I want to start this video off by just primarily focusing on GameStop. So if we look at GameStop stock recently, right, it's went up like crazy starting in, January 11th. Started going up. It was at $20 that day, and all the way till now, it's hit $318 as I'm shooting this video, right? Within the last month, it's went up $297. And the last week, it's went up $221. The stock has went crazy, and the primary reason for this is because of retail traders on Reddit and other social media platforms that banded together to pump the share price of GameStop, right? And the reason that they did this is because GameStop has been heavily shorted by a lot of hedge fund managers, but specifically the Melvin Capital Group. So whenever somebody shorts a stock, that's them basically betting that the price of this stock is going to fall within the coming days, coming weeks, etc. Right? So whenever a hedge fund manager does that, they typically do it with large quantities of money. So Melvin Capital, for instance, I think they put a couple $1 billion into this thing, right? And usually whenever they short the stock, they usually win because they have a lot of information that we're not privy to, and they know how to outsmart the market. Many times what they're doing is illegal, but it is what it is, right? So what happens is whenever a big hedge fund group like Melvin Capital shorts a stock, at least other hedge funds shorten that same stock, and then other retail investors or institutional investors also will short that stock because they're like, if Melvin Capital's doing it, I'm gonna do it as well. So after that happens, the stock price ends up falling. It becomes kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy because everybody's betting against it. And as a result, the company's share price falls down and the company loses a lot of money. So basically, whenever a stock is shorted so heavily like that, the company loses a lot of money, and many of them may end up going bankrupt, right? And it's kind of an unfair practice if you think about it, because the essence of the stock market is to build capital for companies. So you invest into a company, and the company takes your money and uses it to run their operations, hire more workers, or just use the money to build up their company. But instead, when people are shorting it so heavily, the company's losing all the money that they have left, especially a company that's struggling like GameStop. So what happened is people on Reddit saw that and they were outraged about that, and they were like, we can do something about this. And what they decided to do is just buy the stock in large quantities, everybody buying it, and making the price of the stock go through the roof. I mean, just look at it. So on January 11th, it was $19.94. And when this week started, it was at $76.79, right? And it finished off this week at $317.19. At one point, it hit almost 400. Didn't it hit like 400? At one point this week, it hit $483 this week. And that just shows the power that retail investors have in comparison to that of the rich hedge fund managers, right? However, Wall Street did strike back later this week on Thursday, right? And they basically banned GameStop, AMC, many of these stocks that were being pumped from being traded on many of the top brokerages. I know Robinhood did it. I know E-Trade did it. I think Charles Schwab, I'm not sure, but I know many of the top brokerages that people put their money into to invest into the stock market. All of them basically removed GameStop from being traded. You could sell your position, but you cannot buy additional shares. And that's kind of market manipulation if we're being honest, because what that does is it allows us to sell it. And if people are selling the shares like crazy, the price is going to drop. And whenever the price drops, it helps out the billionaires that shorted the stock, because whenever the price comes down, they don't lose as much money. And that shows the power that the billionaires have in this system. They always talk about invest your money and you'll be fine, but people invested their money, whether you think it's wisely or not, and y'all trying to fix the game on them after they invested their money. That's really unfair. And that's not free market capitalism, because y'all are coming and changing the rules in the midst of the game. Like many of these billionaires on Wall Street are claiming that this is market manipulation, but it's not market manipulation when they go on TV and say that they're shorting this stock, you should short this stock too, and then a lot of people short the stock because they have faith in these billionaires, right? And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But whenever poor people, middle-class people, or just retail traders come together to give a company capital through buying their stock and raising their stock price, it's a problem. Think about that. It's crazy, right? It's crazy whenever it's the small guy that does it. But whenever the big guy does it and tells his rich friends to do it and tells people on TV to do it, and people trust them, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, nobody cares. But whenever it's your regular average Joe, is a problem, and they take the stock off of the brokerages, which is crazy. They remove the stock from being able to be bought. Can you imagine? It's actually shocking that this could happen in America, in a country that claims to be capitalist and free enterprising and all that stuff. It's sad to see. But it shows us again that the system is not fair. It's not free and fair. It's rigged in favor of the rich and rigged against the poor. And this is seen all throughout American life. This is everywhere, whether it's our education system, whether it's our ability to get a loan, or even if you just look at your neighborhoods. The poor neighborhoods suffer more than the rich neighborhoods. Poor neighborhoods are over-policed compared to the rich neighborhoods that do commit a lot of crime too, just white-collar crime. Usually the issue in America is just the class system, the rich versus the poor. And that's really where a lot of the issues stem from. But that's neither here nor there. The main thing I want to talk to y'all about is just what happened in the market this week that was kind of crazy. And it's interesting to see where this goes in the future. What can we expect in the near future in regards to GameStop or AMC or any of these companies that have been heavily shorted by the rich billionaires? Will we see similar trends? Are we going to see more regulations coming from the government, coming from the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission? What's going to happen? It's going to be interesting to see. So I'm going to keep y'all posted on just the news in regard to that. So y'all just make sure to like this video and subscribe to your boy. Thank you for joining me again today. It's truly a pleasure to have y'all back with me. Y'all make sure to stay blessed, stay safe, take care. I'm gonna catch y'all later. God bless y'all. Peace.